So in my last video, I talked a little bit about group orders, which are basically these fan-organized mass orders of K-pop merch in order to either get exclusive merch from events you can't go to or just to save on shippings. But an important thing to consider with that is to avoid getting scammed, because as shocking as it might sound, you can't trust everyone on the internet, kids. And as someone who has been scammed one time, I'm very proud of that. I have joined so many group orders and I've only been scammed once. I would like to impart my knowledge and my very thorough skepticism when it comes to people who want to take my money in exchange for goods. Do not jump the gun. Don't do it. If you want to order something from a group order manager, wait. Follow them and wait. Just watch their account, look at how they handle it, and see how often they update things. A lot of times group order managers will have like a thread with like updates and stuff, or they'll have a hashtag. Look through those. Not even for like the order you're interested in joining, but just like look at all of them. And also look in their most recent tweets and see if people are tweeting at them about group orders, because that can be a sign that they're not actually delivering orders. I didn't notice this, but with the person who scammed me, a lot of their most recent tweets had people tweeting at them being like, hey, I sent you my domestic like a month ago and you haven't sent my goods. Can you give me an update on that? And they were a scammer and none of us ever got our goods. So that is definitely one warning sign. But you can also just kind of see how organized they are and see how they handle things and see where you can look for updates and kind of just get an idea of how they run things and if it's run in a way that makes you feel comfortable, or maybe, oh, I don't know if I want to trust you with my money or not. So some of the signs I look for a good group order manager is basically they regularly answer curious cats or update the account about orders, like at least once a day or every couple of days, or say, hey, I've contacted this fan site to see if they have our slogans, and this is a screen cap of the conversation I had with them. Or someone's checking on the status of an item on a curious cat and they're like, hey, I see you. I don't have an update at the moment. I'll be sure to let you guys know as soon as I have more information on this. Thank you for your patience. Just having constant open conversations about orders and making sure that people are reassured that they're trying their best with orders to make sure that everything is organized. That makes me more inclined to feel like they've got everything together. They know what's up with all the orders. One thing that makes me nervous is when group order managers say, please don't go into my curious cat or reply to me asking about orders and their status. I'm just not going to reply. Just send me an email. That makes me uncomfortable, because that's what the person who scammed me did. They were not open about orders in the public. There's no reason they should not be open about the status of an order to the public. You feel me? I also always check through if they have a thread for like updates on closed orders or a hashtag. I go through those before I place an order with any group order manager I have not ordered with before. I look at how often they're posting in those and I look at what kind of updates they're doing. I always prefer if group order managers post updates that have screenshots. And I really appreciate those because they're being transparent with you. They are making sure you know everything that's being said about this order. And I appreciate that kind of transparency, especially since there's no accountability in this case. The only kind of insurance you could potentially have on a group order is if you go through PayPal and you use goods and services instead of friends and families for the payment type. While we're on the topic of PayPal, let's talk about friends and family versus goods and services. Friends and family, there isn't a fee associated with the transaction itself. The only kind of fees there could potentially be is if you're using a card and they have to like use that card because, you know, they gotta make money somehow with that, and cards get card transaction, there tends to be a fee on the merchant side. But with PayPal, if you use goods and services, there is a charge on the merchant side. However, you have insurance for, I believe, 90 days. If I'm wrong, I'll have a correction here. And if you do not get your goods, you can file a case with PayPal and they will get you your money back. It's a case-by-case thing, but I've had some friends who have relied on that for scammers with group orders. One thing that I actually do is if a group order manager asks you to send it via friends and family, I'll actually send it through goods and services still, but I'll add the money on to cover the fee, so they still get the amount of money they need, but I've covered the fee. Normally I talk with them in advance and I go, hey, I would prefer having this. I will cover that fee for you. And I'm almost always met with a, oh yeah, as long as you're okay with covering the fees, you can send it to me through goods and services. And that's how I know they're a good group order manager, because they don't, that insurance, the insurance that kind of comes with using goods and services doesn't scare them. I have talked to one scammer before and caught them in the act in this way because they knew I was going to be able to file against them when they didn't give me my goods. So that's just a kind of an added protection you can have, and I like to pay attention to that. Also, if they do not have a proof tag or a proof thread, do not order from them. They have absolutely no proof that they have ever given anyone anything they've ordered through them. Do not trust them. You have no reason to trust them. If you really want to take a risk, it's on you. But I have never ordered with someone who has not had either a proof tag or a proof thread. I'm not going to do it. Nope. There's a couple of different signs that a group order manager could potentially be a scammer. These are kind of the ones I tend to look for the most. One, they don't have proofs, like I mentioned. Or all of their proofs are their friends. If the only people who are getting their goods are their friends or their mutuals, I don't know, man. That sounds kind of sketch. Another thing I look out for is constant excuses for why they haven't done something yet. The occasional, sorry, I'm behind on emails, work has been keeping me very occupied lately, I'll get to them as soon as possible, or stuff like that. That's fine. This is not their job. They are not making money off of this, or they should not be. But when it gets to the point where it's all they talk about, they're like, oh, I'm in the hospital, blah, 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 just making excuses, and if you question them, they start acting like the victim. Don't order from them. Don't do it. That's what the person did who scammed me, and I'm lucky it was just a slogan, and I was out $20, but that's still $20, and that's 2 hours of wages at that point. That's how much I was making, so yeah, that was a mistake. If you are a fan on a budget, group orders are super awesome for saving on shipping or for getting merch that you wouldn't be able to get without a major markup on eBay. But like anything on the internet, please be careful, use your head, use some common sense, think about it, and be skeptical. Do not automatically trust people. They will take advantage of you. I love you guys so much, and I hope you've learned something. If you have any questions, y'all know you can always ask me in the comments. I've got like less than 100 subscribers, so I see everything y'all comment, including you, Mr. Shit Emoji Bam Bam with 5,000 other shit emojis. I don't know what that was about, but you made me laugh. I'm not insulted. I still love Bam Bam. But yeah, I hope y'all have an awesome day slash night slash whatever time it is for you. And remember to keep it poppin'. Boo!